Are we being pushed to an evolutionary leap to change, to survive? That question sounds dramatic. However, the prevalence of the diseases that kill people, like heart disease, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, diabetes, cancer, addiction, and even mental health diagnosis like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, and bipolar all have the same origination. To remedy the origination, there is a resolution, which is simple to do. The other part that is pushing us is the scientific research on both the underlying causes of these illnesses and conditions and all the scientific research on what transforms our responses from these conditions to healing. What is under the underlying causes of the diseases and conditions mentioned above? Research has revealed many of the most common diseases, from heart disease, the leading cause of death worldwide, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, immune-compromised illness, addiction, as well as psychiatric diagnosis like schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety, and depression, all have something in common, which is inflammation. What causes inflammation? Inflammation is caused from a beneficial response in wound healing and infection control. But when inflammation becomes chronic, its presence shows there is a pathology or malfunction in the system that is erosive and leads to illness. This malfunction is caused by stress, long-term stress, and repeated and different stressors that co-occur. We are all responding to a group of stressors that include toxic chemicals, environmental agents of contamination in the air or water, on our clothes, and in our food, trauma, or even generational trauma. These stressors and exposures cause inflammation. While the chronic inflammatory response leads to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, immune-compromised illness, inflammation in the brain can disrupt neural pathways affecting mood, cognition, and behavior, resulting in addiction or psychiatric diagnosis like schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety, and depression. Are there counteractive methods to stress and the inflammatory response? Yes. The stress response results in hypervigilant states where our brain waves are in a state of hypervigilance. We are super alert, not relaxed, often having difficulty getting to sleep or getting good sleep, and is where racing and repetitive thoughts occur. And there's stress from trauma and trauma triggers. Our heart pumps more vigorously and our breathing is shallower. These states are also called fight, flight, freeze, and fawn response. Staying in the hypervigilant state opposes intuition, insight, problem solving, and creativity, the characteristics of evolution, and neuroplasticity, where we continue to learn and grow, and where we are healthy and we feel good, as well as our memory is intact. What are the methods that connect to releasing the inflammatory response, that build healing in the body, mind, emotions, and spirit? The research reveals specific sound and music and repetitions of sound patterns and particular tones transport the listener into the healing response called the relaxation response. Learning to experience, feel, and connect to the relaxation response where we release stress is the key and is easily felt, remembered in our system, in our neurological system, and it can even be deepened when we continue to use the steps that access the relaxation response simply by listening. The sound and music listening supports the listener to transform into positive changes in heart rate, respiration, and brain waves, relaxation that feels good and brings calm, and much, much more. What happens when you connect to the relaxation response? There's a reduction in cortisol production, stress is lowered, and inflammation is reduced, thus connecting to restoration and healing. The regular connection to specific sound and music listening that triggers the relaxation response deepens over time, and the benefits expand. Simple, but the range of benefits are exponential. We can intervene upon the hypervigilant state of chronic stress and interface and intervene upon our system's response to the stressors, traumas, and environmental exposures that result in the illnesses of our day. And we can change the trajectory of the immune system's response to inflammation. We can do this for ourselves and teach our teens and children. We can build genetic responses as second nature and be able to move beyond the stressors that trigger disease quicker and gain further benefits. Is this our destiny, to change or die? Simply by listening, we can change the paradigm. You can read the full blog and get the research at 3melete.com. That's the number 3, melete.com. And check out the 3 Melete sound and music programs designed to access all the benefits simply by listening.